A perfection of means and confusion of aims seems to be our main problem. It is every man's obligation to put back into the world at least the equivalent of what he takes out of it. We act as though comfort and luxury were the chief requirements of life. All that we need to make us happy is something to be enthusiastic about. If I could do it all again, I'd be a plumber. The value of a college education is not the learning of many facts, but the training of the mind to think. The most important question a person can ask is the universe a friendly place? Every day I remind myself that my inner and outer life are based on the labors of other men, living and dead, and that I must exert myself in order to give in the same measure as I have received, and am still receiving. Ego equals 1 by knowledge more the knowledge, lesser the ego. Lesser the knowledge, more the ego. Technological progress is like an axe in the hands of a pathological criminal. I am a deeply religious non-believer. This is a somewhat new kind of religion. The person who reads too much and uses his brain too little will fall into lazy habits of thinking. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Failure is success in progress. I do not teach anyone, I only provide the environment in which they can learn. I don't know, I don't care, and it doesn't make any difference. I didn't arrive at my understanding of the fundamental laws of the universe through my rational mind. The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. 3 rules of work. Out of clutter find simplicity. From discord find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. I know quite certainly that I myself have no special talent. Curiosity, obsession, and dogged endurance combined with self-criticism have brought me to my ideas. For an idea that does not first seem insane, there is no hope. As the area of light expands, so does the perimeter of darkness. Your imagination is your preview of life's coming attractions. The only thing you absolutely have to know is the location of the library. The strength of the Constitution lies entirely in the determination of each citizen to defend it. Only if every single citizen feels duty-bound to do his share in this defense are the constitutional rights secure. If I had known they were going to do this, I would have become a shoemaker. I asked myself childish questions and proceeded to answer them. I asked myself childish questions and proceeded to answer them. I think 99 times and find nothing. I stop thinking, swim in silence, and the truth comes to me. Striving for social justice is the most valuable thing to do in life. In the view of such harmony in the cosmos, which I, with my limited human mind, am able to recognize, there are yet people who says there is no God. But what makes me really angry is that they quote me for support of such views. A man's ethical behavior should be based effectually on sympathy, education, and social ties, and needs. No religious basis is necessary. Man would indeed be in a poor way if he had to be restrained by fear of punishment and hope of reward after death. The man with the greatest soul will always face the greatest war with the low-minded person. Intelligent life on other planets? I'm not even sure there is on Earth. Curiosity is more important than knowledge. Something deeply hidden had to be behind things.
The definition of genius is taking the complex and making it simple.
The prestige of government has undoubtedly been lowered considerably by the Prohibition law, for nothing is more destructive of respect for the government and the law of the land than passing laws which cannot be enforced. The further the spiritual evolution of mankind advances, the more certain it seems to me that the path to genuine religiosity does not lie through the fear of life and the fear of death and blind faith, but through striving after rational knowledge. It is better to believe than to disbelieve. In doing, you bring everything to the realm of possibility. We sleep 1/3 of our lives away. I don't pretend to understand the universe. It's much bigger than I am. I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots. One had to cram all this stuff into one's mind for the examinations, whether one liked it or not. This coercion had such a deterring effect on me that, after I had passed the final examination, I found the consideration of any scientific problems distasteful to me for an entire year. Creativity is contagious. Pass it on. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives, and not in what he is able to receive. Creativity is the residue of time wasted. There comes a time when the mind takes a higher plane of knowledge, but can never prove how it got there. Everyone who is seriously involved in the pursuit of science becomes convinced that a spirit is manifest in the laws of the universe, a spirit vastly superior to that of man, and one in the face of which we with our modest powers must feel humble. In order to be an immaculate member of a flock of sheep, one must above all be a sheep. Many of the things you can count don't count. Many of the things you can't count really count. Paper is to write things down that we need to remember. Our brains are used to think. Striving for social justice is the most valuable thing to do in life.